Greetings. My name is Erin Jewel Gerst, and I have been reflecting on the communication that takes place through the head and the heart, from the head to the heart. Now, this is not a new concept to me as not only an executive coach, but as a leader and as a human. This is something I've been studying for several years, with my first introduction being through HeartMath Institute. If you're not familiar with HeartMath, please do absolutely check them out on their website, heartmath.org. There are many, many resources to support what I mean by the heart-brain connection. However, I find myself in this place where I am still learning about the communication between the head and the heart. And why I care about any of this is because the communication that takes place between my head and my heart will help me to live my maximum potential by experiencing as much candor and transparency in communication between the head and the heart. I know that I will be able to continue to show up as my best self. I recognize this doesn't happen overnight for anyone who struggles with this connection, myself included, historically. And with that, I will continue to make it a priority. And recently, actually during a coaching training with Coach Aria, another fantastic resource if you're looking at getting your any type of coaching certifications, advanced coaching certifications, team coaching, youth leadership coaching. Coach Aria, the organization, the foundation, is a wonderful resource to check out. So I'm going through this class, and any of you who have gone through any more in-depth professional personal development process know that things can and do come up. And so recently what has been coming up is my desire and comfortability with the head and the hands, my desire to focus on current ways of thinking, even future ways of thinking, and my desire to act on those ways of thinking, and how that can potentially inhibit my potential if I am not including the heart's desires in that communication. And so one of the things that I have been reflecting on even over this weekend are the ways that I show up creatively in life. And there are a lot of things that I do to experience creativity in my life. This includes I practice and teach yoga, I practice and teach Qigong, I read, I meditate, I run, I hike. I do love writing, and I actually do write poetry. So I'm sharing this most recent poem that I wrote that's quite brief. I like to rhyme, and I believe my poems are generally pretty brief, and hopefully you'll feel to the point. And I'm sharing this poem because I think it does speak to, it certainly speaks to my journey, and hopefully there's something in here that feels supportive or inspirational to someone who's listening to this. So I just want to say thank you to my coaching class and the Coach Aria Foundation for continuing to challenge me in supportive and loving ways with that unconditional positive regard. And here it goes. So the poem is called What It Takes. How I often ponder what it takes to be me, something that goes far beyond a current reality. As a kid, this was easy to do. What it took was simple, fun, new. I had no idea that others would start to know best, that what it took to be me would be decided by the rest. Finding my identity in people who acted a certain way, choices about who I would become, somebody else's say. Not because I had no power, no voice, no will, but because I thought there was a hole to fill. I created this space between myself and I filled it with other ideas of what I am until I die. Life then became complex, unclear, unsure. The path overshadowed and somehow less pure. Polarizing, binary, dichotomous thoughts brought forth by opinions, haves and have-nots. My desire for unity became clouded by fear, ignoring parts of me that I once held most dear. Losing touch with myself became easy to do. Distractions everywhere, separating me from you too. Defects started to shine as I let denial win. A cult that I was the only member in. Life works in mysterious ways. As I began to open my eyes to the error of my ways, thoughts that weren't mine for a future I didn't see. Unity, love, and faith being my true reality. Luckily for me, the light never went out, helping others see me to remind me of what life is about. Further answering my question of what it takes to be me, appreciating the power that I do have to make anything my reality. Thank you so much for listening. We'll see what else comes up. If you enjoy writing, maybe now's a good time for you to do that yourself. And thank you for listening.